create a fully interactive character.
Would you like some fries with that?
Introducing Character GPT.
Simply enter a brief text description, and you can generate an AI character with its own distinctive appearance, voice,
Howdy, partner.
and personality.
I'm fixing to ride off into that sunset. These bones got me feeling older than that Dare Mountain range.
Character GPT enables text-to-character generation, or TTC. It is the world's first multimodal generative AI system that can create interactive AI characters from a description in natural language.
Hello world. Let us go solve the mystery of the missing pipe.
With Character GPT, you can create original characters. You can remix old ones. You can upload history's greatest intellectuals, athletes, and artists. You could also upload yourself. And you could verify that identity and make a digital twin. You can make a dream version of you. Not only is Character GPT fun, creative, and entertaining, it's useful. You can make influential characters to gain mass followings.
Okay, you ready to go, Eugene? 9 o'clock.
Well, good evening. Welcome to our home here. We are back on chilly Long Island. The wind is whipping off the water, but we're alive and well and happy. So we're delighted to have you joining us tonight. We're going to jump right into things tonight. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Eugene Crosella. This pretty young lady here is Gwen Rosenkrantz. And, you know, the past few years, I think the world has been turned upside down. I remember because I've had a number of different businesses, and within different economies, sometimes you're on the right side of that equation, sometimes you're not. Well, the past few years, it's been hell. I don't think we have to convince anyone about that. But for those companies who, let's say, were making surgical masks, you think they were excited about the pandemic? Okay, they were earning a fortune. What about the pharmaceutical companies with all the vaccines and then the medications to fight this coronavirus? And what about funeral services? All right, as sad as that may sound, there were people making quite a bit of money because they were on the right side of that equation. So there's an old saying that the future belongs to those who embrace change. And for most of us, change is very, very difficult. But, you know, the way you see the future, I think all depends on where you sit. Again, if you were manufacturing surgical masks, you were sitting in a pretty good and lucrative position. So we want to make sure by the end of tonight, we can help people who maybe are not on the right side of that equation get on the right side of that equation. And for those who are on the right side of that equation, maybe we can bring some clarity to, okay, how are we going to put this all together? So right now, there are monumental changes taking place with AI, artificial intelligence, and we're going to talk about how artificial intelligence kind of marriages DNA. This is a very, very exciting time. And then we're going to talk specifically more about that. But just to give you a little bit of background, Gwen and I have been in the business for over 30 years. Gwen was there early on, and she saw the first virtual explosion of the company where they took a quantum leap. So I'm going to ask you as briefly as you can so we can get to the meat of this, just to share your story so people have an understanding as to what happened. And they say history repeats itself. And that's exactly what's going to happen, but it's going to happen bigger and better than ever. So why don't you take it away for a few minutes?
Okay, good evening, everybody. We are so excited because right now is a historical moment. We can absolutely help everybody take quantum leap to the future, knowing what's going on. So myself, and I joined the business 34 years ago, and I was just very, very fortunate. I joined the perfect time in 1989. Just at that time is the worst recession since Industrial Revolution. You guys all know in 1980, the recession was so bad. So everybody was looking, and happened to me. In my career, I used to be a corporate controller, burn out a job. I passed out at work because I was working 70 hours a week, nonstop for 10 years. So when I passed out at work, when I said, that's it, I'm done with this, I'm looking for home business. and my friend introduced Nu Skin to me, and that was in '89. So what I saw at that time, it was the vision, because at that time our company was very small, only 5 years old. Nobody heard about us. We had 20 products, right? Even though our compensation plan is so generous, but very few people really became successful. But then there are some innovators and visionaries started in 1988. So I simply followed their path, like Jeff Mack and also our mentor, Betty Sun, Dr. Wang, unfortunately not here. I see their growth is growing like this. So when I see, I say, okay, I am going to be one of them. So together, we actually helped the company build the momentum. We went from 89 to 91, from 50 million to 500 million, 10 times growth, because during recession, everybody was looking for hope. So what happened is we provide a hope, we provide a fair platform for anyone. As long as you work hard, you can be successful. So we create a miracle growth. Now I look back, for those people become successful, those people see it before everybody else believe it. So we were the innovators, we were the early adopters. We had the spirit, we had the courage to do what other people won't do, right? And then the next miracle happened is, at that time, Nu Skin was only in the United States. They talk about global market and then international business. So they decided to open up foreign countries. Guess what country they opened? My home country, Taiwan. I said, oh, now I get to go home now, see my mama. I can go home, see my mama as often as I want, because when I was working, I never had that freedom, right? So, but then we wait, company, the market wasn't open. So, but we didn't care. We said, one day the market will be open. So we had one full year, we did a pre-marketing called pre-positioning opening. Right. So we actually went back to Taiwan, talked to all the innovators and also all the early adopters, those visionaries. We say, Taiwan gonna open, this is what's gonna happen. If you see what we see, if you follow what we have done for US, bring the company from 50 million to 500 million, we're gonna create miracle in Taiwan again. So those people follow us. Against 50% people, they saw this, and we create a huge growth. So from there, from just a few, become bigger and bigger. And from there, now we have 30,000 people in Taiwan alone, right? And then the company keep on growing from there, because we build the groundwork in Taiwan, pre-marketing a year ahead of time. How critical that is. And we spread it from Taiwan to Hong Kong to Malaysia, Singapore, around the world. So this business really, the essence of this business is to build a worldwide distribution network. How do you build it? Is you become the leader, you teach and develop other leaders, and they are the one going to build the network. So the bigger your network is, the more product is pumped through your network, and our product is from a youth product. So you can never tell our age. I'm in 70, 72, okay? Because we've been using the product for 34 years. So everybody will want that. So the bigger your network, the products pump through your network, and the more commission you're going to earn. And we pay out the most generous commission. So just so that you know, our company did last year 2.5 billion. We pay out 40% commission. So it was over 1 billion commission was paid out to all the distributors worldwide. But now is the perfect time, because what we see in the next 18 months, what will happen is this AI, because there's no other company positioned itself so perfectly marriage the AI and DNA. And we are already so much ahead of any other company. And if you guys listen to the talk today, you won't be able to sleep, because right now is a perfect pre-positioning time to build your network. You want to do what we did back in '89, and also for Taiwan, from 1 become 10, become 1,000, become 30,000. You want to position your team. How about 30,000 people by 18 months, when we turn the AI machine fully in place? You will never imagine how big your income going to be. So without further ado, shall we introduce Tommy, our keynote speaker?
So we're so fortunate to have someone who really understands this AI. He's got a really good handle on it. Some of you know Tom Polisi. I met him way back almost 20 years ago. He was doing open heart surgery here in New York, plastic surgery. He went out to Vegas, opened up one of the largest and the best aesthetic centers, doing all these different procedures like liposuction and Dysport and Botox and those kind of things. But he also knew that wealthy people diversify their income. So he knew, like Gwen and myself, that one income stream is just not enough in today's day and age. One job just doesn't seem to cut it to kind of live the kind of lifestyle that's really privileged. Fortunately for Gwen and I, and it's not because we're anything special, we did work very hard. The timing was perfect, but the timing is even more perfect right now. And we took advantage of that. And we hope that each and every one of you will take advantage of what you're going to learn tonight, because we're looking for the innovators, as Gwen said. We're looking for the trendsetters. And Tom Polisi was certainly one of those, because he has a tremendous ability to not only be able to look into the future, but to maneuver himself so that he can take advantage of the timing and really take that quantum leap forward. So without any further ado, I want to introduce a good friend of ours and business associate, Tom Polisi. We just spent time at our home in Florida with him. We had a blast of a time, but he's going to take it away and kind of share what's in his brain in very simplistic terms. So Tommy, please take it away. Welcome.
Yeah, how are you guys? Has the audio? Can you hear me all right?
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Good, good. I'm going to share one screen. All right, let's see if I could do this. You know, I can operate on people, but I cannot work Zoom. This one. Here we go.
Okay.
This slide. Okay. This is what we're talking about. This is the company that we're talking about. And believe it or not, that's the lobby. It's tremendous, beautiful, almost like a space age building. But here's some background on what you're looking at here. It's a $2.6 billion international research and development company, and that's what they are. They're science driven. So they're a research and development company that founded in 1984. So there's a track record. There's a history there. They're a global leader in skincare, weight management, and nutrition markets. And that encompasses a whole lot of, it's a tremendous customer base. And when Forbes did the study on this, they were rated the 5th most trustworthy company of 8,000 US companies. I am a skeptical New Yorker, as you can probably tell by my accent, as I'm told. This made me feel better because I didn't trust anything. And when you hear certain things, you have to think twice about it. You know, you have to wonder, are these people for real? Are they telling the truth? And then I don't know if we're going to show income, the levels later, but you look at it. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, impossible, absolutely impossible. Because I'm a physician associate and I used to do cardiothoracic surgery. And I was burnt out, very, very burnt out, 60, 70 hour weeks. And I was looking at an income on the screen and I couldn't believe it. Like, how much more important of a job do you get than doing open heart surgery? Yet these people are making way more with a lot less stress. And I couldn't believe it. So this Forbes data here being the 5th most trustworthy company, it settled me down a whole bit, a whole lot. And then I realized that, how do I stop sharing? How do I stop the share? And okay, somebody has to tell me how to stop sharing this. You know, I realized when screen sharing is paused. Stop share. Got it.
Okay.
There we go. Then I realized that my own hospital wasn't even in the 8,000. I'm like, wow, it's amazing. Like you don't even realize where you sit if you're in the corporate world. But anyway, we are at what's called an inflection point. An inflection point is a point in time where the world changes. Everything from this point on is going to be different. Okay. And economists have said, you know, as far as technology, you destroy yesterday and the creation of tomorrow. And one thing I have in my own family history of this, my grandparents used to own icebox factories, and they had the icebox and they made the ice and they would deliver ice to people's homes. And that's what they had to keep food cold and food frozen. And someone approached my grandfather on my mom's side with an invention that might have made things a little bit easier. And he said, no way, you're out, get out of here. And that invention was the refrigerator, and it put him out of business. So today we have refrigerators with TVs in them that you could look inside when you're away from home. They're Wi-Fi, craziness. People still use dial-up phones. Now they've been knocked out by cell phones, obviously. Siemens is a company that they're one of the largest industrial manufacturing companies throughout Europe, worldwide, actually. They're in digital industries, they're in smart infrastructure, they're in the mobility, they're in healthcare. And one of the things that they're doing is they just put a bid in for artificial intelligence to be put through, to be incorporated into CAT scanners and MRI. So if anyone has ever had the pleasure of having an MRI in the tube where your nose is like this far from the curve, you want to get out of there as fast as possible. But then you come out and you have to wait a week before a radiologist will look at those films and say, you have this, this, or this, right? But with the artificial intelligence, with the CAT scan or the MRI, you're going to come out, right? And this is probably going to be in X-ray machines as well. You'll come out and your diagnosis will be there in seconds because the artificial intelligence can read it instantly. And what I've been told is it will be down to the cellular level where humans cannot read cellular level because it's so tiny and so small. So with this in mind, what happens to the radiologists, right? And then you think of all the other categories, and this is just in medicine. I'm going to wait till you see what's coming up with this, what jobs are in jeopardy, okay? But hematologists, they basically look at numbers, right? That if this is out of whack, they do this. You know, they're looking at spreadsheets almost. Then you have pulmonologists and pediatricians and all. These people, their jobs are at risk because they could be replaced by artificial intelligence. Is it scary? Yeah, it is. It is. But you want to be ahead of the curve and you want to be on the good side of this. Elon Musk is actually working on personal artificial intelligence to protect you from artificial intelligence. You'll have like a barrier of some sort it'll know whether you're being encroached upon. It's crazy, but it's going to happen. Whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. There was a company back in 2000, a startup actually, that made a first mover opportunity for a company called Blockbuster, right? And Blockbuster was offered to buy this little company for $50 million. But Blockbuster refused to adapt to streaming. They didn't get it. They didn't understand it. And they said, no, we like VHS tapes that people have to go out to a store and buy a tape and bring it back, and you have to rewind it and you get charged for it. Craziness. You think about it now, it's just crazy but this is what Blockbuster was everywhere. That company was called Netflix, and Netflix is now worth $143 billion, somewhere around there. Stock price fluctuates all the time, but the moral of that story is Blockbuster is gone, long gone, out of business. So companies that neglect to change with technological or social advancements, they all fail. Every one of them will fail. It's just a matter of time. And 4/5 or 80% of economic growth, and we're going back 150 years back, it comes from technological advances, right? So now we're at this convergence, if you will, of two technological advancements. I mean, giants at the same time joining forces. And I call it a 1 + 1 = 3 because it's just that big. And obviously artificial intelligence is one of them that we're talking about. And this will change the landscape of how all business is done globally. And we're seeing it everywhere. There was just a court case done where one lawyer went against an artificial intelligence and the AI won. It won the case. And you think, why? How could it win? Because it gets smarter as you go, and it has the ability to draw from every other case in existence. A lawyer can't do that. They have, like, even with a team of paralegals behind them, giving them all the notes and stuff, it can't keep up with it. It's too fast. It's too fast. The artificial intelligence lawyer actually won the case. So the estimated projections on this are in the area of $15 trillion. And this will emerge from the global adoption of artificial intelligence in every market sector there is, everything. And, you know, there's, I have a picture of a warehouse and it's all robotics. It's all robotics. I wish I could show it. I don't want to switch off of this because I can't figure out how to get back. But jobs, 40% of all employment will be replaced by artificial intelligence in 2 to 5 years. And if you think I'm kidding, it's already starting. It's already starting. And here's some of the jobs that are in jeopardy. Customer service, number one, because chatbots they do a terrible job now, but they're going to get better. And you won't even know that you're talking to a robot, right? Bookkeeping, data entry, it's mundane, it's repetitive, and you're just inputting numbers, right? If I could fire my bookkeeper tomorrow, I would do it because I think it's useless. And they just give me a spreadsheet at the end of the quarter. And what do? I pay them thousands of dollars to do this. I could have AI do it for me. Receptionists, and because you go into a restaurant and you're seeing the communication screens right on your table, right? No need for the receptionist or the waitresses, right? Proofreading is another one. All those proofreaders done. Grammarly is already doing it. People are using Grammarly every day. Any manufacturing job that is repetitive and mundane and that can be inputted, the code can be inputted into machine learning. That machine will learn how to do it. You're out. You're out of a job. Pharmaceutical labs. Why do you need a person to go like this with an eyedropper into a petri dish when you can just have a machine just do it themselves? And they'll probably do it better, more accurate, and they do it 24/7, and they don't need a vacation or a break. All right. Same with pharmacists. I don't know what they do back there, and they always used to be elevated. Why they have to be higher up? Why they have to be on that one step? I don't get it. They were always on a step higher than everybody else, but would they just count pills all day long? A machine could do that so fast. Artificial intelligence would wipe them out. Retail services, anyone who's in retail who you ask for a sweater on the floor of Kohl's or Target or whatever, I could see where no more of those people. And you will have an AI follow you around the store, and you can ask it questions on what about this, what about that. That AI will know who you are. And when, let's say, a season goes by or a couple of seasons goes by and it knows your taste, it will know when a sweater of a certain color, or it'll match your eyes or something like that. It'll know you because it's going to use facial recognition to recognize you. And then it'll text you that this sweater is on sale at this store, or this one is on sale at that store, and send you the message and with the link to buy it. All right. I could see where this is coming in a couple of years. Another one, courier services and drones and robots to deliver. Is there anything Amazon hates more than that line item on their expenditure sheet of delivery drivers and gas in trucks? I mean, that is huge for Amazon. Amazon wants nothing more than for drones to take over all the drivers, because look at the billions it would save, right? Here's a big one, doctors. And so many of them, because the AI is going to be more accurate. It's going to be, they'll be able to see and recognize and diagnose faster. There's something called continuity of care, where I'm done with my shift and I give my notes to the next guy, and the next guy gives his notes to the next guy. That if there's a break in that continuity of care, the patient's in jeopardy because something might be missed. But AI, it's going to go 365 to 7 days a week and 24 hours a day, right? There is no break with that. So it's going to be safer and it's going to be better for the patient. There's already robot surgeries going on. And there was ChatGPT just passed the medical boards, and I think in a couple of minutes, where it takes a human being 3 to 4 years to pass those boards. Soldiers and military, that's another one that's going to be, it's going to be changed. It's going to be changed because the AI can do surveillance, it can do intelligence, and it could do weapons. I saw where a little missile about this big, 2 inches big, they shot it and just takes off, and it has facial recognition on it, and it looked for the target and shot him right between the eyes. And it was from 2 or 3 miles away. The person didn't see anything coming. How are you going to defend against something like that? So that is going to change. Another one, taxis and bus drivers. 95%, or I'm sorry, a 98% chance this entire segment or sector is going to be wiped out, because AI will do it better and it'll do it cheaper and cleaner. And there was an article in the LA Times where self-driving trucks will replace 1.7 million American truckers in the next 10 years. So this this is going to have a phenomenal impact in how it's going to change the economies and job markets very, very quickly. That is one half of the convergence. The other half of this is DNA and the ability to, for companies that are in a position to acquire and collect DNA data, and then they can analyze that data by running it through an artificial prism. And then those companies will be able to make lightning fast assessments and high level, super accurate predictions about the future for those consumers. And the companies that don't participate are going to find themselves obsolete very quickly. And right now, we're the only ones who have this advantage. We're the only ones here in this space. This is called a first to market that Nu Skin makes a $500 million transformational investment into artificial intelligence to assess DNA data. There's actually two first mover advantages at the same time. One, you have no involvement in because Nu Skin already made the $500 million. There's no risk to you. They're paying for all of this. The second one is why you're here. It's the leak to the field. It is the window, the 12 to 18 month window that we have and that you would have to pre-market and put your teams in place and set up your network, if you will. There was I was looking at a guy in a pool and he was using a little net to catch the leaves. So it was in Florida. He's using a little net. I'm looking at it like, should use a bigger net. What I had with my pool, I have a big net. It's easy to, and you're done so much faster, but a little net, nothing. You have to work so much harder. Same thing here. Not that we're chasing people or going after people, so to speak, but you want to cast a net because when these assessments go to the field, which you'll see in a second, I'm going to put some slides on in a second. You want as much coverage as you possibly can, because it's going to make all the difference to you. So what's going to happen is Nu Skin is going to change. They're going to change from a product-based company, which is what they are now, to a solution-based technology, data, and information company. And information and data is set to be, well, projected to be more valuable than currency, than money, because he who has the most data and information wins, and people are paying for that data, right? So it will enable Nu Skin to make predictions about the future from a skincare and a wellness and a weight management and metabolism and lymphatic, all these different parameters in the body. It'll allow them to make predictions about the future of all their people based on the addition of artificial intelligence to forecast the most relevant and needed products for the field, for the people, right? So I'm going to switch over. I want you guys to see exactly how this is going to work. How do I share? I got to go back here, share screen. This one. Share, go here, move that. Okay, are we up? We up with this? Okay.
Yeah, we're up. Digital.
All right, digital twin. Now, let me move this over here. So what a digital twin is, it's basically, it's a virtual counterpart of yourself. So if you see below, you have an engine, a plane engine and a car. Digital twins are not unfamiliar. They've been around for decades, actually, and companies use them in manufacturing to save money. And you want to use a digital twin if you're building like a Lamborghini, a super expensive car, because you want to get the airflow currents and all this. You want to optimize the car before you actually start building it, so you see how the performance is going to be. Nothing has ever been available before to visualize us as people. So what the company is going to do is develop a digital twin of ourselves, and they're going to utilize this through the DNA, and then have artificial intelligence decipher what's going on. So this is a little bit about what it's going to look like. There'll be a DNA assessment kit. That's not it. It's not even done yet. But this is, again, we're in the pre-marketing window. So this is let's just say it's a representation of how this is going to flow. So through the app, through the Vera app on the phone, which is also being developed, you will get the results, personalized results from your assessment that the AI did the assessment on you. That will then provide recommendations about your lifestyle. Maybe you need to exercise, or your profession is killing you, or your diet stinks. You need more sleep. I mean, these are all typical things, but it'll pinpoint how it's affecting you. And then from that point, it'll provide solutions for optimization. So there's just a few here, but there's over 300 products. All right. So it's going to dive down deep. Maybe it's intestinal health or weight management or skin firming, or you need collagen and elastin. You're 40, 45, 46 years old, your skin's starting to sag a little bit, scares the hell out of people, right? Or you need firming cream or metabolic health. Maybe your GI tract is just completely screwed up, or maybe you just need good supplementation. It will tell you what you actually need, and then it'll be up to you whether you're going to do it or not. But you have the solutions right there based on these assessments. When this was done in beta, all right, here's the conversion. The first month of data that collection that took place, there was an 8% increase in product sales. All right, not bad. Most people would take an 8% increase in their raise. All right, the second month it was a 35% increase, and it hasn't even started yet. It's not just scratching the surface of where this is going to go. All right, this is a very important slide here, because you may be excited by what you hear about this, but you're going to say, you know what, I can't wait to talk to so-and-so about this. This is how people adopt to a new idea or a new technology, right? All the way on the right, they're called laggards. Why? No idea, but that's what they're called.
Hey, Tommy, you didn't switch, you didn't move the slide. We
What
are
slide?
still seeing this digital twin.
You're kidding.
Yeah, you got to
No,
move to the
we're
next
still on
slide.
digital twin.
I'm 3 slides ahead. Hold on. Let me get out of that. Hold on.
For some reason, it didn't advance.
Yeah, technology. Let you try that.
Okay,
How is that?
Technology adoption curve.
Okay. You have that now?
Yes,
Now,
Okay.
now what's the graph?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this is how people are going to approach a new idea or a new technology that's confronting them, right? All the way on the right, these people are still using a dial-up phone. They're very slow to change. The next group, the yellow group, they're still using flip phones. They don't feel the need to change. These early majority, the 34% over here, they're going to go get an iPhone sooner or later. They're just waiting for all the lights to be green, because it is a red light, something might happen. So they better wait for all the lights to be green, but they're going to get it. They made the decision. So you see that the mindset on these people. This group here, you never seek advice on starting something new from these kind of people. And it's unfortunate, because usually you're going to speak to someone that you know and love and that you're friends with. And we call them friends, family, and coworkers, right? But unfortunately, this group, 85% of them, they're 100% wrong every time. Every time. So if you're going to invest, let's say you're going to invest your money in a bank, and the bank president tells you, you know what, 85 out of 100 people, we tend to lose all of their money. We can't find it after you invest your money here, but we think you should do it anyway. Like, why would you ever do that? So in this case, why would you invest the future when you're handed an opportunity like this? Why would you invest your future talking to this sect of people, this group of people, when 85 times out of 100, they're 100% wrong? You have to be careful who you talk to about this. This group here, they call them early adopters and innovators. These are people like an Elon Musk, where for this situation that's going on, this is an entrepreneurial dream scenario that you will jump all over if you're this type of person. So if you speak to someone, make sure, and if they don't get it, you know where they are on this curve, because if they do get it, you know where they are, and they're on this end of it. I hope that makes sense. And here I'll leave off on this. If somebody offers you an opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing with this. You say yes, and then you learn how to do it later. This is exactly what I did. And I think I have a pretty good handle on this. So, okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Hopefully do you guys have this last screen here?
No, it was just the early adopt. It was the Rogers curve that we saw.
Ah, technology. Okay.
That's okay.
That's
We
okay.
got it. It was
Could you
so
explain
exciting.
it? Yeah, I mean, I think, with what you shared, for those real trendsetters out there, the real entrepreneurs, this is an entrepreneurial dream come true. And we don't really care where people came from, because the past is the past. It's one of the reasons we have a big windshield and we have a tiny, tiny rear view mirror, because it doesn't matter what's behind us. It matters what's in front of us. And now is the time to really sink your teeth into this thing, because it's coming. With or without me or Wen or Tommy or anybody on here, we can see it coming. That wave is kind of coming, when you're standing on the shore and you literally can't stop it. So what you can do, though, is take advantage of it. But I'm learning so much just from some of the reading we've been doing, speaking with Tommy and some of the leaders in the company. Something I learned tonight. I wish I had an artificial intelligence attorney when I went through my divorce. Okay,
Right.
Unfortunately, I did not. But again, this is going to be a monumental change in the way we work, the way we play, the way we earn money. So we're going to kind of close on maybe with a quote with Eric Hoffer. He said that in times of change, learners will inherit the earth. In other words, people who know how to learn something new will inherit the earth. While the learned, academia, the people coming out of college, they get out of college and half of what they learned is already obsolete. So this is something new. Don't let that frighten you. Let it excite you. All right, because we're about to embark on a journey where literally, I believe you can manifest every dream that you have in your brain and in your heart and have it come true. And we know, because we've done that in the past 30 years, but we have more and more dreams.
Right.
So we hope that you kind of join us with that. Now, I know you had a comment you wanted to make.
Well, just so that you know, what Tommy has explained, what we have learned that just the last 2 months, this is really the summary. We all know the power of ChatGPT. Hopefully you are learning it. And Tommy been telling us that the GPT gonna wipe Google out, okay? Wipe it out. What Nu Skin has done, we are the only network marketing companies right now already we've been studying, investing since 3 years ago. We are ahead of so many other companies, and starting on the DNA assessment kit. And then right now we are moving so fast. We see probably within seriously 12 to 18 months, the whole thing gonna be turned on, because the algorithm will be written. So what will happen is we are simply a messenger. All we have to do is just share the video with people, and we have to record the video, all right, to send it to people what's going on with our company. And then if they want to embark the journey with us, and we simply send them a link, them join, and send them a Vera app link for them to have it, and then Vera gonna take over. And from there, they're gonna order their DNA assessment kit, they get their results, and then also here's an image of the digital twins, given the assessment, and then the AI gonna take care of the ordering. So we don't have to handle anything else. All we have
No
to do
more
is
customer
just
service.
bring people in. So that's going to be massive. So that's what Tommy was saying. Imagine the huge wave is coming, right? Tsunami.
A tsunami.
Tsunami. Okay, the salami.
Salami is what we're making on the
Thinking
pasta.
about food, but that's okay. It's coming. Okay, we are showing you it's coming. And then if you don't have the vision, you just like Tommy said, you are gonna go fishing with one net versus a huge net, right? And this huge net is right now is a window time. It's a pre-positioning sweet window, but the window is shrinking 18 months, little by little. So more people are gonna hear about it. And I just want to tell you, we predict our companies right now is 2.5 billion by the end of this year, because we're making progress so fast, okay? With the AI movement, you guys, by the end of this year, the world will be different.
Yeah.
Mark our words. Okay, so is Nu Skin going to be different because nobody can compete, and we are the only company have both nutrition and personal care, beauty and wellness. Nobody has both, and plus we have the full AI capability, not just DNA. Any company that doesn't have the AI capability gonna be left behind. We're the only one that we has money because during COVID, majority of our companies failed. And we coming so strong because we are the company financial wise with most solvent network marketing company. That's why we can spend $500 million just on this AI innovation. All right. And then so what we predict by the end of this year, we're going to grow to 5 billion. By the end of next year, going to be 10 billion. I'm a number person. How much commission we're going to pay off? 40% of 10 billion is 4 billion. How many want to grab a part of that?
It's all up
right
for
now, we
grabs.
only pay out 1 billion. It's going to be 4 times bigger, but we believe we're going to go to 20 billion within 3 years, just like the history. 89 to 91, we did 10 times in 2 years. We're going to repeat that. We're going to be a $20 billion company, and the commission payout is going to be 8 billion. And you guys can be part of it. But the preparation time is so critical. Build a huge network now. Right now, it's no time to sleep. Build leaders. Leaders are the one going to build a network. Become a leader, become a brand rep, create many other brand reps, and then you will be the winner. Okay, on that note, we're going to close the call now. And then thank you so much, Tommy. Thank you, everybody, for attending. So we're going to end the call right now. So Shirley, please end the recording.